Hello folks, this is Mike Haley 7. Today's August the 16th, 2019. It's a Friday, and I am on my way home after a very, very busy day. Beginning of the semester stuff. Contracts and schedules and advising and answering emails and calling people and oh goodness gracious. And I even taught some classes today too. I had to teach yesterday and today because one of my teachers hasn't been cleared to work yet. The hiring process has not been completed, so I taught 2 classes today. And yesterday. Oh man, was that fun. I had such a good time. Composition 5 and Composition 3 I was teaching about, how to format for MLA style, Modern Language Association style of 1-inch margins all around, Times New Romans is the font, size 12. No space between the paragraphs. Keep it, well, no, when I say no space, I mean no. Every time you push enter, it would automatically insert 10 PT. No. Have it 0 PT, so that every time you push enter for a new paragraph, it's the same spacing as the others. And it has to be double spacing, not multiple. Blah, 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 blah. So all that stuff. It felt so good to teach. I feel like I got a lot done today. As I take a corner at 55 miles an hour. Looks like it's going to rain on me. Maybe I can get home before it hits. I got lucky. They said today it was going to start possibly raining at noon. So every moment that I have without being rained on is kind of a blessing. The bike is filthy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I noticed that when I ride in the rain, because I've done it a few times now, I don't get wet. I don't hardly get wet at all. This windshield stops a lot of it. And this jacket stops the rest of it from my upper body, and my lower body doesn't seem to get wet. So bonus, bonus, bonus. Uh-oh, what's going on up here? What's with all this traffic over here? Oh, shoot. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. I think I might make a U-turn. Yes, I think I might. Or maybe not. I can see up ahead it's not a big thing. It's just a bunch of dumb. Making for the traffic. Shout out to Chris Lonsberry. I think that's yeah. I think I'm getting that right. I got Paul Fosbury, and I've got Chris Lonsberry. Yeah. Anyway, shout out because I saw a video where you saw somebody who said sorry after they sang, and then you said you don't mean sorry, and they very possibly didn't mean sorry. I don't know. Maybe think about that. What is that meaning? There, of course, words can have multiple meanings. Kind of like when, and expressions too, like when you say, "Hey, how you doing?" You don't really mean "How are you doing?" Like, tell me about your current state of well-being. It's just an acknowledgement. It's more common to say that than it would ever be to say, "I acknowledge you. I see you. You exist within my frame of reference. So I am indicating to you that I acknowledge your presence Whether or not you acknowledge my own is up to you, but I'm acknowledging your presence. I mean, that's kind of long-winded and very clinical and sterile. So, hello, what's up, sup, how you doing, how's it hanging, how you hitting them. There's all these different ways. And the functional meaning is to acknowledge somebody, and the question itself, a rhetorical question, because it doesn't really mean that you're asking. And people sometimes criticize when they hear this. People say, how am I doing? But they don't really mean it. They're lying. It's not that they're lying. They're using the common frame of reference that everybody has, which is when you want to acknowledge somebody, one of the ways that you can do that is by saying, how are you doing? Or how's it hanging? How you hitting them? What's shaking? A whole bunch of different ones. So anyway, when you're saying sorry to somebody, like let's say somebody said, my grandmother exploded. All right, well, you say, oh, I'm so sorry. And then some people will be facetious and say, well, you don't have to apologize. You didn't kill her. You didn't push the button that blew her up. It was self-immolation or whatever they call that. You're not saying you're sorry because you're taking the blame for it and you're acknowledging your guilt. You're just saying, I feel sad that you're having problems. I just heard somebody say something. Oh, there's somebody on the back porch over there yelling. Okay. Yeah, so when you're saying you're sorry to somebody when there's a bad situation, you're not saying that you did it and you feel bad about it. You're saying you feel bad. See, I'm sorry means I feel bad for whatever reason is socially or situationally appropriate. Like, oh, so-and-so died? I'm sorry. It doesn't mean I killed him, I'm sorry. It means I feel bad that you feel bad. I feel bad that this terrible thing has happened in your life. And if let's say, you say, I'm singing, I'm sorry. And what you're saying is, I acknowledge that the thing that I just did was probably not something that you enjoyed. And I'm acknowledging the fact that I know that you didn't enjoy it. Didn't stop me from doing it, because maybe I did it in the moment and didn't think until afterwards, or maybe I thought about it and I just don't care. But I am acknowledging that I did something that you probably didn't like. So there's my sorry. So I think people tend to assign a meaning to something, and that meaning is the only meaning that they will allow, which is not right. It just isn't right. For example, the word set. Set the table, set your alarm clock, I bought a set of cards. That's 3 definitions right there for one word. And in the dictionary, I believe it has 115 different definitions. One word can have multiple meanings. Same thing with the word they or their. That pronoun, English teachers refuse to accept that you can use the word they or their to refer to a generic person. For example, if a student does their homework, they will get a good grade. English teachers say, you can't do that because they is plural. Well, everybody does it every day anyway. So in common usage, the use of the word they and their for a generic person, it's already being done. So English teachers need to get on board with that fact and say, okay, there are 2 meanings now for the word they, their, and one meaning is for literally plural, those people, and the other meaning is for generic person. We're already doing it, so why don't we acknowledge it? But no, if you do that in an essay in an English class, they'll take off points for it and call you an idiot. There's another one that English teachers do that I cannot stand. they say you cannot use the word that when you're referring to people. When you're referring to people, you have to say who or whom, and that's it. So you can't say the man that I saw, or the person that helped me. You have to say that person who helped me, the person whom I saw. The reason you're putting a whom is because I saw him. Whom I saw? Who did you see? I saw him. So whom did you see? I saw him. Whom. Get it? Object. Anyway, people use that all the time. Even William Shakespeare did. So you're going to say Shakespeare's an idiot? Shakespeare, come on. That's the difference between prescriptive and descriptive grammar. Prescriptive is, this is right, this is wrong. Descriptive is, this is what we really do. Anyway, that's my Friday rant on the meanings of words. It's my Kaylee 7. In the driveway, I avoided the rain. I'll talk to you later.